Hey guys, here and welcome back everyone, my dear friends, to another episode where today we will be playing as none other than the Link Rank League. And the reason why I'm in this region is because the new Kaiserreich update has dropped, because this damn region needs to be updated every 2 weeks, obviously rightfully deserved. And guess who has been brought back from the dead? It's none other than the right Kuomintang. Yes, the guys from real life that got kicked back to Taiwan in our timeline, but not this time, because thanks to this update we can bring them back, and that is what I intend on doing, for China shall be wholly reunited as none other than someone. I don't know, I've yet to decide which guy I want to lead. The only thing that I have in mind right now is that I want to go with the right Kuomintang. We are generally limited when it comes to the stuff that we can do in the early game, other than some political power decisions, to have the right Kuomintang be brought back. So until we progress further into the event chains and get the Kuomintang in charge, we will just be biding our time until we have full coverage in this entire region. And the Kaiserreich devs were kind enough to tell us which paths we should be going with. And instead of having to read all of this damn text, we can just hover over the decisions and pick and choose. So if you want to go with the regionalist or the federalist or the Kuomintang, it's as easy as this. And that's why I have the majority of the control in these 3 regions already, and I'm only missing out on another 5. And now that we've done a decent headway, we can begin truly our minigame in the twin provinces. The only cost here is for us to spend some command power to entrench ourselves in certain areas that we want to control. If you want to know how it works out, you hover over the decision, it tells you which region you're going to target, and you can check here your average control. And of course the Kaiserreich devs were not crazy enough to have this minigame and wait for us to generate command power naturally. As you can see, I have minus 95%. Instead, they will give it to you for free if you pick this decision over here, or rather this focus right here. And there are other focuses that give you command power, like this one over here. And I'm not gonna lie, 100 is already enough, but I'm gonna double down and get another 50, because who's gonna stop me, right? And I'm fully entrenched in all of them. I just need now to wipe out the garrisons that are left in high Q. The Federalists have only 3 control, which is more than mine, of course. But once this focus right here is done, I will be capable of fully wiping them out once and for all. And right now I have overwhelming control over the majority of these states, so technically I should have won. I just need to click this decision one last time, and we won the troubles in the twin provinces. And the right Kuomintang has been reinstated. Well, of course, I still need to complete some focuses here and there, but I would say that we did well for ourselves for the time being. And our main goal, by the way, from this focus right here, is to force the return of the Moscow Committee, which can be done if you have 30% support for authoritarian Democrat. You can do that by completing the decisions over here, or by picking the right decisions when certain events fire. Whatever happens, don't let social democracy rise above 30%, or the leadership would be challenged and your bum-ass leader over here, or guy, will get ousted and you will not be capable of progressing further down the line. And since the Union clique went right Kuomintang, I don't even need to go to war against them or annex them. I'll just straight up offer them an alliance, since we are both of the same ideology, and now we are doing swell and fine. With this, oh my god, damn, I was gonna say that I'm gonna go against the Yunnan clique next, but they just joined with the Qing government, which outnumbers me 1 to 5. Anyways, I'm not crazy enough for all of this. I'm gonna show you the template that I'm gonna be using in China, which is a bit too much, I'm not gonna lie. Using 4 lines of artillery is a bit too much, but it really is just that much effective against the AI. That's why I always go with 30 width. I generally do believe that this template will bring me victories, especially if I manage to shit out 3 or 4 of them. With my current stockpile, by the way, I should be capable of making 4 elite divisions. I may as well make it 5. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna demand subjugation of the Chongqing government, instead of outright attacking them. If they say no, then I may as well go to war against them. Even in mountains, these divisions perform well. It's mainly because we are fighting against militias, but I'm counting on the fact that I just routed these guys and I can make it across, since the next tile is plains. Now technically I could try to encircle this province, or their capital to be more exact, and I can make it far and wide. I just need to avoid attacking divisions that are entrenched in mountains. That would be pretty bad, not gonna lie. And thankfully the breakthrough succeeded, which was a pain in the ass, not gonna lie. Initially I attacked these 2 tiles, managed to push them back, but no way in hell was I gonna be capable of making any more initiatives or breakthroughs, because they were hiding behind the river line. Overall, the war was pretty quick, not gonna lie. We did not suffer much casualties, and I think these bombs are gonna cap. Nah, never mind, they are at 99%. 4k against their 13k, I would like to get my hands on Dacian, but it's not gonna happen anytime soon. Never mind, they capitulated on their own, I don't know why. I did not even get my hands on Dacian. I was just doing my research. But yeah, this is one warlord that I will not have to deal with again. Next on the chopping block is none other than Yunnan. And you know, by the looks of it, I'm not gonna lie, the Nanjing clique is the weaker of the two, but I'm gonna go to war against the Qing government. Because I'm just that much of a prick. But I generally do believe that I can win. I just need to give up a bit of the north, and I just need to make the Yunnan clique capitulate so that they reduce their division count. I'm gonna encircle 3 divisions in this pocket, which is not much I know, but this is straight up China, man. Every single division that I don't have to fight against is a W that I gotta get. I'm gonna delete my frontline order for these elite troops because I wanna micro them manually, since I don't trust the AI not to ruin everything. Even though we are almost outnumbered 1 to 3, I still am succeeding in my initiative in the Yunnan clique. My main complaint right now is the lack of supplies, but that's because we've been pushing too fast. And I don't know if I was some certain guy, maybe my name would be Wang Jingwei. I would go to war against the Qing government right now because they sure as hell look mighty weak. This should be enough to make the Yunnan clique cap. And indeed it was. They are at 19%. Their division should evaporate. I currently have an opportunity to encircle their units. And I should take advantage of that or I would be an idiot, right? And of course German East Asia sends volunteer divisions to this bum-ass nation. This good-for-nothing nation pack that the only purpose of this nation is to be blitzed by Japan over and over again. I've yet to see them do a single game impact in my life ever since I played Kaiserreich. I despise this game tag, its history, and its own existence to the core. Like, I swear to God, every time I play in this region, they send volunteer divisions to the other side that I'm fighting against. And the encirclement technically succeeded. I'm just waiting until my troops make it to the other side, and now all of these units are dead. Eventually their divisions are all gonna explode one after the other. I have a total of 13 troops encircled over here, which is probably like almost 40% of the Qing army. Okay, the Nanjing government is demanding my submission. As soon as I was making the Qing government capitulate, mind you, like, why does the China region always wanna whoop my ass? Like, are we not on the same side? Jesus Christ. One could say that I'm doing well for myself right now, and I'm gonna tell the Nanjing nationalist government to piss off. And apparently they did not even get a war goal against me, oddly enough. But I don't trust them not to screw me over, so I'm gonna keep an eye out on their tab. Oh, damn, look! The Nanjing clique went to war against the Qing government. So they were truly baiting my ass. I'm grateful, thank you very much. Hell, I'm gonna tell my troops to attack as well. I'm barely bothering to micro at this point. I'm letting my units attack on very aggressive. And I'm currently reforming my army to get rid of the annoying debuffs that I currently have. Walking unopposed into rural China is truly an experience of all time. Ah fuck, I've been cut off, I cannot do anything. Yeah, this is kinda sad, not gonna lie, but I generally cannot progress any further. They won't even give me military access, mind you, and of course the Fengshan government declares on the Qing government, so they're pretty much cooked. They stood no chance, and I have the majority of the war score, so I'm gonna eat all of this. But I'm not gonna get my hands on Beijing, because I don't want to fight against the Fengshan clique already. Since I'm gonna let the Nanjing clique take all of the heat, I decided to get this Spirit of the Army, proper heritage, that can only be unlocked since I went with the Grand Battle Plan as my main doctrine. And I got some military police and I max stacked this damn division template to have a total of 168 suppression. So I should have no problems with the resistance in this new part of China. I'll be chilling and now I'm gonna let my good comrade Wang Jingwei deal with whatever is happening in the Fengshan government. And if I see that they're making too much of a headway, then I will intervene. Hell, just to make fun of him and spit on his ass, I'm gonna demand from him to submit to my rightful rule. And of course they say no to my demands, so these poor fools are gonna get it. I don't think they're gonna stand much of a chance. That, and I don't want the Fengshan government to annex all of the coast of China. That would be extremely horrible for me, so yeah. And since I can see into the future, I'm gonna already start researching paratroopers, because something tells me that there is a certain nation out there that is interested in stealing our territories here in China. So I need to research paratroopers and planes, because why not? And since I'm a genius, I managed to get my hands on the entirety of the Nanjing territories, except a single province. Though I need to rush in, and I need to instantly garrison the entirety of the northern front line. I could easily steamroll their asses and beat them, by the way, but as soon as they get absolutely schmucked, guess what happens? Big Daddy Japan comes in to save their asses, and I would be in big trouble because my nation is currently being fixed. I've been absolutely decimated, and I'm unlocking the new side of my focus tree to fix all the debuffs that I'm currently suffering from. Yep, they declare on us instantly. Who could have seen this one coming? Definitely not me. And I still managed to keep my revolutionary zeal high enough for my own chairman to stay in charge so that I can quote-unquote bring democracy into China and whatnot. Oh my god, this is funny as hell. Lee can enjoy commanding the kitchen staff. That's a good joke. I'm not gonna lie, sorry about that. But I'm not gonna invite every guy into my goddamn party, especially not the left Kuomintang line generals. Get the fuck out of here. Like, we just fought a war against them to kick them out. What's the point if we invite them back in? And I'm afraid of one thing. I'm hoping that the condition for Japan to join the war does not relate to the amount of casualties that the Finnish government has. Of course, I swear to god, I knew it. I knew that if I made the Finnish government lose too many casualties, they will have the Japanese come in and save their asses. This is bad, my units are not even ready. Fuck, this sucks ass. I'm gonna tell my elite troops to hit full stack. Okay, I don't even have enough command power, what the hell. I need to recontrol Beijing. If the Japanese manage to have a successful push in this area, I'm fucking done for. Imagine being punished for being too competent at whooping the ass of the Finnish government. Debuff wise, I'm not suffering from anything that affects my military. I'm gonna get rid of this in 200 days. Like I said, I'm only suffering from economic debuffs. I've researched paratroopers. I should probably start making transport planes. I'm gonna need them. The backstabbing allegation cities decide to join the Japanese. As soon as I get rid of the Nanjing encirclement, I really need to get my hands on Shanghai as fast as possible, or the Japanese are gonna flood this region with so many troops that I will be cooked alive as I'm speaking. We have all of these idiots encircled. There's a total of 15 units right here encircled. And I need to kill them all, one after the other. I cannot let them get away with it. Yep, 15 divisions dead in Shanghai, and apparently I can invite the Jingxiang clique into my faction. Welcome, good sir. So yeah, I guess these guys are the only warlords that I did not annex. Kinda my fault. As far as I can tell, the Japanese have yet to decide to do an all-out offensive that could destroy my country. Sure, I'm holding right now, but if they really wanted, they could put their entire air force over here and they could actually do a naval invasion to my side, which I would stand like zero chance at stopping, to be honest. Yes, finally! Okay, I was kinda wondering why the Japanese were never bothering to navally invade me, since I wanna kill off more of their units and, like, you know, inflict some damage against them, like one would say. And thankfully I just had to retreat from the coastline for them to actually do the stupid decision, which they've done. And even though the Japanese AI is gonna get kicked out of mainland China again, they will try to plan another naval invasion, which I will exploit to then kill them off once and for all. Well, this is mainly how you grind Japan. You let them navally invade you, and you kill off all of their troops over and over again. That's why they have 150,000 casualties against me, while I've lost a total of 50,000 against this entire faction. Hey, good, everything is going according to my plan. There's a naval invasion in the northern plains. I gotta reroute all of my entire army toward that region. Holy shit, 11 troops. That's a lot, man, not gonna lie. Oh my, and as soon as I retreat from the south, they launch a naval invasion there. Those conniving bastards. Do you excuse me? Apparently I noticed that my mic muted itself. I still have the footage of me whooping the naval invasions that happened in the south and the north, etc, without audio sadly. I was gooning right now because I whooped the ass of 25 units and reinforced memed them in Nanjing, and then I saw that my microphone was muted in OBS, which was the most depressing thing to ever happen to me. Everything is going according to plan. By the end of this year I should have landed into Japan. I don't like the amount of troops that Nagasaki has, but I could probably land into the port here in the north. Okay, I'm gonna launch it. I'm gonna power drop into the port over here in the north, and I know that I'm not gonna be capable of taking Nagasaki sadly, but I'm counting on the fact that I can actually just buy enough time for my elite troops to make it over here. Okay, we're safe. We've captured Nagasaki, my elite troops are right here, and I have every intention of whooping the ass of Japan. I've got these idiots trapped in the southern island. I should be capable of killing off all of these units. I just need to follow through with the push. And of course the Japanese ask for peace, but you know what? They can piss off. I will gladly pay that 100 political power price just so that I can annex these bombs. Like I stated previously, I'm still using this template against the Japanese, and I did not even need the extra paratroopers that I was recruiting. Most of the time, invading Taiwan, or at the very least getting your hands on the Ryukyu Island, is much easier to do to land into Japan than pushing all the way across Manchuria and Korea. I'm gonna begin getting my planning bonus against these bombs, and the majority of my army over here against Manchuria is veterans because I've killed so many troops. God damn, man, not even my main elite force is vets. It's mainly regulars because they suffer so many casualties over the time. But at least we're gonna get our hands on Tokyo, so that's a nice addition because some losers just died. From this point onward, I'm not doing anything at all. I've just been building civilian factories because I can. Because it's that stage of the game where I have nothing else to do. Though I'm not satisfied with my expansion, I want to own the entirety of the China region. You know what that includes? That includes even Vladivostok, so I'm gonna go to war against the Russians. As soon as Xinjiang finds themselves alone without any Japanese support, they crumble with ease, man. Like they are the second biggest bum-ass nation out there. Second to only the German East Asia nation tag, whatever you want to call it. I swear to God, who calls the nation German East Asia? Quick update, by the way, we gained a new focus tree by doing this focus right here. So at least we have more content to look out for. Anyway, since I have nothing better to do, I'm gonna go to war against Tibet because they stole a certain portion of China, which is making my borders look ugly as hell. And I was wondering when I was gonna get my 5th research slot. It was locked behind this path. So I was forced to reunify China one way or another. Got nothing else to do, so we're gonna go to war against Germany, East Asia. And now we're officially at war with the entirety of Europe, or whatever is left of Austria, Germany, and Spain. So I went AFK long enough for me to have my justification against Thailand ready. I just want to make it toward Malay so that these bombs capitulate, and just in case these idiots don't want to capitulate, I'm gonna prepare a naval invasion toward northern Malay. Or rather, northern Borneo, my bad. Finally, I swear to God, I had to navally invade them all the way to, like, New Guinea, just for them to capitulate, even though I took Indochina, Malay, and Northern Borneo from them. Most annoying nation to ever exist, I swear to God. At last I'm at peace. Here's the thing. I was kinda trying to solve my situation with Mongolia diplomatically, since they still control Outer Mongolia, and I wanted to get my hands on it one way or another. I was thinking the Russians would be reasonable with me and actually hand over the territory, but they told me to piss off, and they are mobilizing their armies as we speak. I was randomly justifying against Burma because I wanted to go to war against India, right? I want to get as many powerful puppets as possible so that I can have one final war against the Russians. And out of the goddamn blue, Burma decides to join the Russian faction. How amazing. Like, why though? It doesn't even make sense. Is this a part of their focus tree? Burma has a generic focus tree. How the hell did they join the Russian faction? I swear to God, I'm gonna make it to Moscow and I'm gonna turn it to damn ash because of this. I'm here to go to war against India. I have more than enough firepower to absolutely demolish them, and this will put me at war with the Entente, which is a nothing burger. Like, they've lost the second Red Streak. My army straight up was strong enough for me to just battle plan this entire operation. I just had to wither the initial assault of the Indians. That's why I have 175,000 casualties in comparison to their 1.2 million. I doubt there is a surrender event or white peace event with the Entente after the war is over, but I'm gonna cope and hope that maybe, just maybe, we don't have to make it all the way toward Canada. I've been China maxing so hard, by the way, that I've already completed maxing out the infrastructure in the entirety of mainland China. Okay, finally the war ended. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I did not manage to get toward Canada because the distance between our two nations was too, far away. Not gonna lie, my backup plan was to straight up go to war against Russia, capture their naval bases here in the Far East, and then invade Canada. I was that desperate. But I've already done all of this build-up, so I'm not gonna give up right now, right? I've been China maxing so hard that I filled up all of my building slots here in my country. Except one, or maybe two, I did not notice those. And simply put, I'm desperate to whip some ass, so we're gonna go to war against Mongolia right now. Even if we lose this damn war, I don't care. I'm also gonna declare on Russia because I can, and we're gonna begin our offensives. I'm planning a bunch of paradrops here alongside the front line to reduce the organization of the divisions that I'm fighting against. I have my entire army over here, fighting on very aggressive. But everything should go swell for the time being, and the front line should be extremely green. But ideally, I want to encircle these divisions. I don't want to be pushing them all the way back to, Moscow. That would not be very nice. I am about to complete a massive encirclement right here with a total of 40 or 50 troops. And it happened completely by accident. I have 24 troops over here trapped. Well, actually 30, if we're going to be honest. But holy shit, that's amazing. I'm going to make sure they die, all of them. Last time I checked, it was the 16th of May, the casualties were at 1.1 million. It's the 25th of May and the casualties are 2.3 million already. I've been doing nasty encirclements left and right, I cannot describe the gushigasm that's happening here in Northern Asia. Burma alone I killed 50 divisions, or maybe even more. That's why I've only lost almost 1 million, while inflicting a total of 7.5 million casualties against the enemy. And mind you, I'm the one who's been on the offensive most of the time, and I've been pushing through mountainous terrain and with low supplies, just to show you the amount of devastation that we are simply applying against the enemy without mercy. And even the Russians come in begging for a truce, as if they weren't the one who started all of this Swedish shenanigans. They want to hand over Vladivostok and some Mongolian territories, but no way in hell am I gonna stop right now when I have them on the run, right? I currently am taking a break, because I realized something. I have minus 200,000 guns, man, even though I have 50 factories on gun production. The offensive that I dealt against the Russians was so painful, but I'm almost at 3 million casualties, while the quote-unquote Holy League has 14 million dead. And even though Russia lost 10 million men, they still have between 400 to 600 units, which is absurd, man. When I started the war, they had between 500 to 900. I mean, I don't know, man, it would be nice if the International would go to war against the Russians right now because they are severely weak. But nope, let the Chinese do all the heavy lifting. Finally, thank God, I managed to break them at last. I'm not gonna lie, man, the war has been extremely brutal. I'm at almost 5.5 million casualties, and I inflicted a total of 13 million casualties against the Russians, and they somehow have 559 troops. How? I generally cannot explain to you the amount of infrastructure building, the amount of air bases building that I had to do just to make it from this point right here toward here. It took me over a year, or to be exact, around 40 minutes of real life time. But hey, anything for the clean thumbnail, right? But from this point onward, Russia is gonna cap eventually. I encircled around 100 units here in the southern pockets alone, so this number should be around 460. I'm begging you, just capitulate. I've been continuously taking province after province after province. At this rate, they will have a single Congo line near their western borders before they cap. Thank God. I hate you, man. I'm free and I got an achievement. I don't think the Kaiserreich devs expected us to own all of these damn territories as China, just to gain said achievement. And believe it or not, but there is a focus that we take as China in our expansion tree that gives us these buffs and this national spirit, but it deadass requires us to liberate the entirety of Southeast Asia. Now, my main problem, by the way, is that Indonesia is a puppet of the Union of Britain. How did that happen? No idea, don't ask me why. But no way in hell am I gonna go to war against the International right now. I especially am not gonna go through another late game war. I'm not that crazy. I just wanna go outside, I wanna touch some grass, and I wanna enjoy the rest of my day, because it's currently 4 PM and I've been recording since 11 AM. Playthrough overview, yeah, the run has been ongoing for 9 hours. What a pain in the ass, and 12 years. But without further yapping, guys, I'm not gonna bother you anymore. The next video is gonna be a special tag that you can create as Nepal, because they got updated as well in the Kaiserreich universe, and it kinda involves the Indian subcontinent. I'm not gonna spoil you any further. So that's it, guys. Hey, I hope you enjoyed today's content. This has been Kariu. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. So take care, farewell, and goodbye. Bye bye.